Now I would like to add a web page to my class. I would like to put it in a particular area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to scroll down to the second week of class when I'm discussing the executive branch. I want to add a resource here. I'm going to say page. This will bring me into a page designing area. And I'm going to call this President Speech, Presidential Speech. Here I'm going to say Kennedy's inaugural speech. I'm concerned with a particular area, so I want my students to be able to see the text, hear the text, as well as see some of the speech that took place on that day. So in here, I want to create on this web page a table. I'm going to say insert a new table. I'm going to have one column, 3 rows. Those are going to allow me to do each of those things that I just mentioned. My cell padding and cell spacing I'm going to put down as 1. The width I'm going to say 450. And the height, for now, I'm going to say 75. It will just allow me to insert these things. So as you can see, I have 3 columns. So in the first one, I want to put text that's related to what you're going to hear. So I have in my notebook, I'm going to bring this across over here. You can see I captured the text. I'm going to just highlight this, do Control-C for copy. I'm going to go back in here, Control-V. It's going to ask me, am I going to allow it myself to do that? I'm going to say yes. So I've kind of have the text printed out about Kennedy's speech. I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to change the formatting and say heading 2, just to give it a little bit more space. Now, I'm going to put the video in the middle, but at the bottom of it, I want to do the auditory component. So I'm going to say insert mobile media. Now it's going to say, let's find a file. So I'm going to click File. In my private file, I have presidential audio speeches. I'm going to double click this particular speech and say, select that. It's rather small. Even though you can't see anything right now, I'm going to say insert. It shows up right here. And I want to center that, have it show up in the middle. Now, in the center cell, this is where I want to add the video. So I'm going to bring back that notebook document I have, and I've already captured, like we did in YouTube, the link to that. I'm going to do Control-C. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to go to the HTML editor right up here. Select the HTML. It brings me to the source. Now you can see under the first where it says TD, that's one of the cells. That's the text of the speech. Another TD has the link to the auditory component. But in the middle, you can see my cursor blink right here. This is where I want to place the link for the video. And I'm going to say update that. You're going to see the video appears right here. Now I'm going to scroll further down and say save and display. This is going to bring me to the page. Here's the presidential speech. These are the text for it. Here's Kennedy talking. If you press the link.
Let both sides seek to invoke.
So I'm not going to go on any further, but that's where it is. Also, if you would just want to hear the audio, you click that. It opens up a little flash player.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Okay, so now I'm going to click back to government. It brings me back to my class. And you can see down on here on the second week, presidential speech is here. The web page is designed for anybody to see.